Hey guys, Sam here, and this is an intro before an intro. While I was making this next video you guys will be watching, I actually hit 1,000 subscribers. So I just want to thank everybody who subscribed, any channel that has watched and subscribed, maybe and I just want to thank my dad Mikey for helping me with the channel, and don't want to waste any more of your guys' time, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks again. And always comment, because I enjoy your guys' comments, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alright guys, so if you've been following my go-kart build with the Woody, you would realize that I ran into an issue with the engine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 8 horsepower engine and put it on this mini bike. As you see, the bike is in pieces right now. Like, the seat's not on, doesn't have back tire, nor does it have the engine. So this would be perfect. I found this tire laying around the yard, and I found this sprocket laying around the yard, which is good for the sprocket because this sprocket is the same thickness, and it's a 420 chain sprocket, and the clutch is also that was originally on that, so it works out fine. And another thing is I don't want that typical just red, well, as it is now, mini bike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart, strip the paint off. I think I'm going to do a little thing for Evel Knievel, like a little right on. So anywho, so we're gonna, right now, before I do any serious taking apart and stripping paint, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the engine off, make sure the engine fits, and hopefully this would be a neat tribute for Evel Knievel. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I just wanted to bring you guys along. Alright guys, moment of truth. I got the engine out here, and looking at it, it looks like it's going to be a tight fit, but here you go, let's try. So looking at it now, the oil dipstick is kind of in the way, and if the oil dipstick's kind of in the way, the spark plug will be. So I'm going to take the oil dipstick off real quick to kind of slide it in. I'll take the spark plug out also to slide in, and then it should fit. So I'm going to do that real quick, and once all this is off, it should be well, hopefully it should fit. But alright guys, so with a little fanoodling, we got it to fit. Right now I'm putting the oil dipstick back in, and then I'm going to put the spark plug in. It is a bit big and wide, and but that's the cool part of it. So I gotta see if the holes line up for the plate, and kind of line everything up. And the thing is the back tire that I have for it isn't actually a mini bike tire. I don't even know what it's for, but I'm going to rig up a sprocket on that. Well, by rig, probably going to weld it on and bolt it on, because I don't know if my welds are that strong. And hopefully I could get everything to kind of line up and work. And the thing is I'm going to have to lift the seat, because where the spark plug sits, it's right where the seat sits, so the seat will have to be lifted a bit, but other than that, so far it doesn't seem like I'll have to really do a lot of modifications onto the frame itself, but that's so far, you know. So there's a good possibility that there's something that's going to have to be done, but so far everything is kind of seems like it's fine. Alright guys, so I have the engine on, kinda. One bolt fits, so before marking out for the other three, or hopefully another one fits, but I got this one in at least, I want to kind of get the back tire on with the sprocket, which is over there. But the sprocket, like, we were hoping it would fit with like line up with this, like these holes, but they're off a bit. Like I would have to like notch these out, and I don't know how strong it would be to bolt on with notches. So I'm probably going to do the notches and bolts, but I'm probably also going to do a couple of tack welds. And then I want to put the tire on so I could, you know, kind of get an idea on where everything would have to sit. And so that's where I'm at now. So I'm going to take this bolt off to see if the tire at least fits in with, like, between these slots, because I don't know where the tire came off of and what it was for, but it's I don't think it's a mini bike tire, or maybe it is, or a go-kart tire or something like that, so I don't know. And I just, you know, saw it in my backyard, so it's not gonna fit because I need to bring this back more, but it's gonna, you know, sit here. And I went with this like stubby tire because, you know, the front tire is stubby also. So I'm gonna move the move the mini bike back a bit to try to fit this in, so to, you know, get an idea on if it will fit or not. So I got it moved back a bit. This pedal might be an issue, but for now it'd be fine. So yeah, I actually have to back it up some more. Oh jeez. All right, there we go. All right, so as it looks now, I'm probably going to have to trim these. There we go. There's a bar, or well, not a bar, like a tube here and here. I'm going to probably trim them up a bit because there's a lip on like the bearing. So I just have to, I could probably just take the sanding disc and kind of hit it a couple of times and it should fit. So that's what I'll do. Alright guys, so I did some more work to the mini bike today. The seat isn't bolted on, I just set it on to, you know, see how it would all look. I'm working on a back fender right now. This is just a metal, and I cut it into a basic rectangle, bent it a bit and bolted it down just so we could, you know, that's just the beginning of that. We're going to try to do it more like a motorcycle style. I did get the engine bolted on. I did have to shift the engine over this way a bit, and I got the clutch on, I got the sprocket on, I lined up a chain. That's the next step to do, is get the chain on, get the throttle on. And another issue that I'm having is the spark plug hole is right under this bar, so I'm going to notch it out like so, and then weld some stuff in here to strengthen it so we could get the spark plug in. Again, I'm going to have to lift the seat up a bit because the wire is now going to sit right there, unless I get lucky and don't have to. But I also shortened down this bolt a bit, so when I'm sitting, if I hit a hard bump, I won't hit this. And but yeah, so far this is how it's looking. And it's just, we got to figure out a place for a gas tank, and we're thinking, because over here is kind of like, if you look here, everything's like kind of bulging out. So we're thinking maybe if we make this side a bit wider also, and maybe put the tank here sticking out a bit, and make a chain guard so that's out a bit, and so no one rubs their foot on the clutch. So that's some ideas we have, but we just gotta continue going through. And then another thing we're going to do is we're going to make a front plate, because I'll go this way, because there's this spot here with 2 holes, so we're going to make a front plate that goes on here. So we're going to have to look on like old Harleys or something to see if they had like dirt bike type plates in the 60s or 70s. And because since this is going to be a tribute to Evel Knievel, we figured we'd look up some of his bikes. And that's why this is just a rectangle, because we got to look at some of his bikes, see kind of how, if he had a Fender, or if plus so it gives us something else to paint on. So I'm going to probably notch out the frame for the spark plug first, since that's going to be the most work that needs to be done. So I'm gonna get on that. Alright guys, so I got the engine on, and we're so close for a test drive. I just need a gas tank, so I got this engine here. It was like an old snowblower engine. I'm not too sure what kind of engine it is, but it's a pretty small engine. So I'm going to take this gas tank here. I know it's small, but it's an older tank, so I figured it'd fit the style of what we're trying to do. And we're going to put this on the left side and kind of stick it out a bit, because as of right now, the bike has a lot coming out of the right. It's real right heavy, like it pops out. So we want to kind of even it so it all looks very uniform, so it all doesn't look on one-sided. So I got this tank, we're going to stick it out, and we're probably going to make a chain guard and kind of stick that out a bit, and just so we could have it all looking pretty even. So I'm going to take this off and figure out a place to put it. Alright guys, so I brought it up here. I just got one bolt on the seat, so it's not going to be perfect. I'll be honest with you, I have no clue if the chain will pop or not. Probably will, because none of the stuff we build is straight. So as Mikey always says, if it ain't straight, we didn't build it. So, or no. Did I say it wrong? I said it wrong. If it ain't crooked, we didn't build it. There we go. So I'm pretty sure the sprockets don't line up. So I'm gonna try to test ride it. I did get a helmet. I just went on Amazon, found a cheap one. So I'm gonna put a helmet on, and hopefully could do some type of riding. And if the chain pops, we'll just get it ready for paint and then try to fix that as that time comes. Well, there it is. I made it a foot. So yeah, so I'm just gonna. I think the next step is to take it all apart and paint it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it apart, paint it, and try to fix it when I'm putting it back in or back together. So hopefully I could get it to run and. Maybe the chains too. I don't know. This is my first mini bike build, so I mean, I decided to slam an engine that shouldn't fit. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably have to space this out because when it rolls, it goes. The sprockets here and the chain starts doing this. So I'm going to space this out, and I think I should be fine. So now it's tomorrow. Well, I have to actually go to work, so tomorrow. We'll start taking parts off and getting it ready to paint, and then hopefully the next video will be of it complete and actually riding, because that'd be neat, not from, you know, there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's something different because it's a mini bike, but now I could start on mini bikes, I guess. So make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I hope you guys enjoyed your cruise down Delashment Road.